Francis and John Brennan are two of Ireland's top hoteliers. They own and run one of the best hotels in Ireland, and it's thrived through good times and bad. After 3 decades, they're still at the top of their game. The brothers want to share their expertise with struggling businesses across the country. This week, they're in the village of Tinahely in the heart of Wicklow, where they've been called in to help a struggling business, the Tinahely Farm Shop. As well as a farm shop, there's also a 20-seater cafe. It's owned and run by Philip and Rebecca Haddon, who were forced to find new ways to make money to support their young family when their dairy farm stopped paying its way.
We were milking cows here and the price of milk was very low, and we started selling milk at the house, raw milk in cans. And we had an honesty box and we sold eggs and grew our own vegetables and whatever. Then we decided to give up milking cows and open the farm shop.
We converted an old farm building into a farm shop.
Every time we wanted a new shelf, we just take a post and rail that was up in the garden and up it went for a shelf. We begged, stealed and borrowed for anything that's gone in there. And what we've reached is word of mouth, what we've got today, and really we want to make this viable for us to survive here in the future. We know ourselves we need to do something else.
But even though their dairy farm wasn't sustainable, they haven't given up farming completely. As well as the shop and cafe, they also have a menagerie of animals, which they keep in their barn, and 30 acres of fields. This is the first time the Brennans have taken on a farm, and everybody's under pressure.
Of course I'm nervous about the Brennans coming, because their attention to detail is fantastic. They definitely will find things that we need to do, and we're going to be busy coming into the next few months.
Can the Brennans fix a farm? The brothers will inspect every aspect of the business. Is there potential in the farm shop and their tiny 20-seater cafe? Or should they grow the business in other areas?
They're beautiful peonies.
This is a challenge with a difference for the Brennans.
It's a beautiful location. The shop is very nice, but turnover wouldn't be huge, I would think.
No, it's growing, but it's not big. It's
Right.
not big enough for a constant income.
So what sort of increase in revenue do you need to make it sustainable?
We would need to double income now at the moment,
Right.
double turnover.
Okay. And do you think that's achievable?
Well, we hope it is. It has to be.
It's going to be a fight for survival. Doubling income is a huge challenge. At the moment, the shop is in disarray and there's no clear strategy, selling everything from neon plasters to olive oil. There's a lot of work to be done.
I get the sense they're playing shop.
Yeah. Well, they'd want to be playing professionally now.
Yeah, and get a commercial sense into it. Otherwise they won't survive.
Yeah.
John and Francis want Philip to show them every aspect of the business, to see any areas where they could be making money.
I'll show you around the back here what we have in shed space.
Great.
There's a big space down here. And what are those sheds up there?
Those are the old cattle sheds.
Oh, the cattle sheds,
Yep.
all right.
Now, what happens in here?
In the winter time, the animals are kept in here.
And in the summer?
Every couple of months we have a basket making course here, but other than that we don't do anything.
Now listen, it's the beginning of summer and I see Christmas decorations. What's that? Are you early or late?
We had Mrs. Claus here before Christmas. She did a day here in the farm shop.
So you're telling us now that this is absolutely empty during the summer?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nothing happens here
Nothing
at all?
happened here.
And you're delighted?
No, we're not delighted. I'm looking for your guidance on this.
And the Brennans want to see all the attractions.
We have a walkway all around here.
Oh, yeah.
And we have these are the first of the pigs, the
These-
potbelly pigs.
Hello boys,
Have you
girls.
learned on these
We
now?
do. This is John and Francis.
No.
And
I'm the slim one, obviously, am I? Oh, he's very tough here.
Is he?
Yeah.
They're great for brushes. Oh yeah. But for paint brushes or something. Yeah. They look great. The kids love them.
they do, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Philip's very proud of his collection, which includes rare breeds.
We have Jacob sheep,
Yeah.
and we have Soya sheep.
Lovely black and white fellas.
too.
llamas.
Hello. You sell his coat now or what?
No, you don't do anything with the llama's coat.
Oh no?
No, it's
And
just...
what does he do for you?
He's just there as a graceful animal.
You can't even get a scarf for the wife?
No, he's there for pleasure.
You get nothing off the donkey either, of course.
No.
But children love the donkeys now, John. Now tell me now, these eat all year round.
They do indeed.
So,
Yeah.
and all the animals do.
Yeah.
So you have a winter cot.
Yeah.
And you've lovely paths through here where people walk through.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. But do they pay?
No, it's
No.
free.
It's free?
It is, yeah.
You're joking me.
No.
It's a big sign outside charity. Well, so I thought you had to pay to get in.
No.
Well, but your people would love to drive down and say for Dublin on a Saturday or Sunday to pay a few bob to bring the children in and see all the animals and go around. But I suppose they go into the coffee shop and have a slice
Yeah,
of cake and
they
a cup
do
of
indeed,
coffee.
yes, yeah.
I suppose that's half the payback.
Yeah.
But you could do it a full payback.
We could indeed, yes.
Very good.
The Brennans have a major task ahead.
So what do you think?
What do I think? I think there's a lovely shop, but it will never make a living out of it the way it is at the moment. But the real worry here, in my mind, is that we have a farm that takes an awful lot of their time but contributes no money.
And the animals, they never stop eating year round.
No.
But they've got to get commercial or they won't be here in 2 years.
They have to be out of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time for the Brennans' verdict on how to fix the farm.
Well, John and I arrived in Tinahely this morning, and it's a lovely little town, without a doubt. Up on the top left-hand corner of the street, I see your Morris Minor with your farm sign. I thought, great. But all it says is farm shop. Didn't give me any indication that other things were available out here.
And then we arrive and we walk in the door here and we find a shop which is full of all sorts of things that you don't want but you would buy, a real browser's kind of shop. And a lovely cafe, but we know nothing about it till we walk in.
And then we go wandering down the fields, all right? And we find a whole plethora of lovely animals that are eating all year round.
Yeah.
And you don't charge for the experience. So we're getting more perplexed as we go along.
Now what you've done down here is wonderful in the farm area, but it's not strong enough to attract children in today's world.
No.
And a little more investment in that area would make the whole thing worthwhile, because at the moment it would be hard for you to charge to go and see what you have.
Yeah.
You've already invested so much in the farm that it's important now that you go to the next step and do some indoor activities for the children. And you have plenty of space out the back for that. And that will bring a new market to you because people will come here for their lunch, enjoy themselves, and the children will have a great time.
It will create you as a much stronger destination than you are and enhance what you have done already without spending a whole lot of money.
Okay.
Not changing.
Not huge on capital cost, so it would be good for that.
That sounds excellent.
Yeah, excellent idea.
And that's exactly what we need. A small amount of capital expenditure. Because in these times, it's hard to come by.
It is. And we're only enhancing what you have.
Yeah.
The Brennans' plan is to bring Tinahely from being a little-known farm shop to a destination that people will flock to from miles around. They want them to upgrade the whole farm experience, starting by introducing children's activities for which they can charge. They believe that the barn could be the key to the farm's future success. Today, John's arranged a visit to Rumley's open farm in Cork. The survival of their farm depends on finding new ways to make money. John wants to inspire Philip and Rebecca and give them ideas to take back to Tinahely.
There's a big space too, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and I suppose there's so much here now, we can't do everything, all right?
Yeah.
But we take the best of what we see here,
Okay,
and then we'll see how it works for yourselves.
Yeah, yeah.
But see this space here, this is a shed. You have the shed.
We have the shed,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, look at this. This is very interesting now.
Oh, wow, look at this.
You could easily do this, all right, in a corner of the big shed,
Yep.
Yeah.
corner it off, and then buy 3 little garden houses, paint them multicolored so they'd be like the Caribbean beach houses, and then you'd have an indoor beach.
That'd be a great idea. actually.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
The key to the success of the business here is not just having things to see, but having things to do.
Now this is great, relatively easy to do, and a great experience for the kids.
And they're having great fun on it, actually, and they're enjoying themselves, which is great.
I'd live a go myself.
Would you?
Here we have the swans and the ducks. Now we saw a whole load of great ideas here today, and really you have to take the best of them home with you, and the most important thing is you have to have a cover charge. Simple charge, once you pay in, all the facilities and activities are free.
Yeah. That's a good idea. That's
Loads of
great
homework.
ideas. Yeah.
After much discussion with Rebecca and inspired by his visit to the open farm, Philip starts work on converting his little used barn into a children's activity centre.
The Christmas decorations are coming down finally. I'd say Francis will be absolutely delighted. The plan for the shed overall is to have an activity centre of small things for kids indoors. The big job that's on today is the far end of the sheep shed, where the cattle end of it was. The cubicles have to be all ripped out of it, and we put a new floor everywhere. So all that has to be levelled, and that's what we're at here this morning. Well, I thought it was a fairly simple job, but obviously we put in good cement when we did it about 10 or 15 years ago, and they're finding it a bit tougher than it should have been.
Philip needs to get the barn ready for the busy summer season, but has he bitten off more than he can chew? Philip and Rebecca Haddon own and run the Tinahely farm shop in County Wicklow. Since the demise of their dairy farm 2 years ago, they've been running a farm shop and cafe. But sales are poor and they need to improve their turnover and make enough income to support their growing family. They also have 30 acres of fields with a menagerie of animals. Cute as they are, they cost a lot to keep and contribute nothing to their finances. The Brennans want to give people a reason to come here, and they've advised they upscale their business. They're starting by converting a disused barn into a children's activity centre for which they can charge. This could be the key to a profitable future. It's the first time John and Francis have had to fix a farm, but bringing in business is what the Brennans are all about. Today, Francis wants to raise the farm's profile and has arranged a classic car rally to call into the farm shop. This could prove a lucrative source of regular income and put the farm shop firmly on the map. The sun is shining and Francis has hitched a lift. Today, he wants to give Tinahely some va-va-voom.
Hold it at that now, I'd say. Yeah. All we're short of now is the sea, and then we'll be in the south of France. Yeah. Would, yeah. Now this is what you want, a bit of action, a bit of excitement, you know what I mean? Because it's great to get the place alive and people coming and going and everything like that.
Lots of tap-ups today.
These people talk among their own circle.
They do.
And then the next crowd will be coming this way too, because Wicklow is ideal from Dublin, because I'm sure there's plenty of clubs like this.
This is gorgeous morning.
How many cars are you going to have here today now, do you think?
We have 18 to 20 cars here today.
That's great, yeah.
We're always looking for somewhere a little bit new, a little bit quirky,
I know.
that we can come down, meet, do a nice run, have a coffee, it's great, and it's super from that point of view.
The farm shop suits that.
It's perfect for that.
Now, Philip, are you pleased with this morning?
Oh, absolutely. It's gone very well, hasn't it?
It's a great turnout,
Yeah.
Do you see now how easy it is to generate a bit of extra business? You know what I mean? If you had them coming 5 or 6 times a year or that type of thing.
Yes, yeah.
Like, it's all about business. And when you got them here, you got to get them to spend. So it's important that you get them into the shop and spend on a few bob.
Yeah.
I was very pleased with today. They had a good turnout and nice people that are the sort of client they should be attracting here. But it wasn't very commercial. If they'd offered a lunch offering or something like that, they would have got a bit more spend and could have done much better. So they need to look to that.
The Brennans want Philip to focus all his energy on getting the barn finished before the end of the summer holidays. But there's an unexpected problem, and Philip can't get the new floor laid.
Believe it or not, it's too hot. It's been up to 29 and 30 degrees out in the open, and in the shed it could be 38, 39 degrees. If we lay concrete now, everything will just dry out and crack and it won't be able to set, the concrete won't set properly. So we're really running between 4 and 6 weeks behind now at this stage. We're very anxious to get moving on this project because we're losing out on the second half of the school holidays, which we thought we'd be open for. And we won't have as many kids knocking around. It'll be pushing into the winter time then, and we're missing this summer completely.
With work delayed in the barn, it's crucial the farm shop is making as much money as possible. The Brennans have called in retail expert Katrina Norton, who runs a successful specialist food store in Dublin. At the moment, the farm shop is a bit of a jumble. It's badly laid out, with a random assortment of products, and it's not paying its way. Katrina has some simple tips.
group stuff together to make impact. You know, bars of soap in among the food, I would try and separate that.
Okay.
And all these things need to be moved up to the other end. What I'm going to say to you here is, you know, to fill your shelves are very important. And if you don't have stock to fill it, I would divide it. The worst thing to see is half-empty shelves. People aren't really here to buy the wall. And if somebody comes in here, you want them to buy as much as you can possibly sell them in the time they're here, because that's where your money is.
Inspired by Katrina's visit, Rebecca has commissioned new shelving to give the shop a professional finish. But as the shop transformation continues, it's still too hot to finish work in the barn. Another area John wants them to look at is their menu, and today he's brought them to a successful food emporium to get some new ideas. Manning's Emporium is famous for its tasting platters that showcase local produce.
Now, here we go. There's a selection of local cheese and cured meats.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, do you know the nicest thing about this is that it uses what you have in your shop already.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there's no extra cost from your point of view. Yeah. So tuck in there now, don't be shy. And the other nice thing about it is that the margin you make on this is much higher than what you'd make on retail in the shop. And you're keeping your produce moving in the shop. So it's not getting stale. You're not relying on retail. You're also using it in your restaurant.
And John, how much should we charge a customer for something like this?
They charge €8 per person for this.
It's very good value, yeah.
Yeah, and it's lovely, isn't it? So well presented.
But you know, putting together a platter like this is very, very simple. But to have it in your location, highlighting the local produce, could make you as a destination where people will go for this. Because that's what happens here.
Summer has ended and they've missed the lucrative holiday trade. But the Brennans want them to crack on with the work and hold an open day as soon as possible to attract local attention. But there's still a lot of work to be done.
The final event is 10 days away, and at the moment now we're making the beach huts that are going into the sand area. We're doing a lot of work ourselves, so we're keeping on top of the money end of it.
Finally, it's the day of the launch, and Francis is back at the Tinahely farm shop for the last time. He starts by checking out the new look shop with its smart shelves and displays.
Now, it's looking altogether much more professional.
Oh yeah, we're getting a lot more organised now,
Yeah.
Francis. Everything is in, you know, all our baking products are all together now.
On a turnover basis, has your turnover gone up substantially?
Yes, our turnover has improved since we put in our shelves. It's gone up maybe about 30% since the new shelves went in,
Right,
so they're
okay.
starting to pay for themselves already.
Great, well that's exactly what you want. No, it all looks fantastic and very professional.
Yeah, we're really delighted with it now, Francis.
A 30% increase in sales is an amazing achievement. But has the cafe done so well?
So now, these are the new food offerings on the platters.
That's right, Francis. We're delighted with them now, actually, what we've come up with.
Smoked salmon and then the cheese.
And the cheese as well,
to
yeah.
kind of have that. And are they relishes and that type of
It's
thing?
our own relish here. I
Yeah.
make the relish, and
Yeah.
it's local lettuce.
Yeah, and they
my mother's brown bread as well, actually.
Oh, sorry, very
So
family
Very
orientated.
family orientated platter. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So, and about turnover now. How did turnover improve?
Yes, we've improved here. We're up, we could say about 10-15% on our turnover.
Well, no, they look lovely because they're exciting and alive and a lovely bit of colour. And I think they're very appetising.
Great, thank you.
But of course, the main attraction is the new Children's Activity Centre in the barn.
Now, Francis, this is what we've been at for the last few weeks.
Isn't that fantastic? The children will absolutely love it.
The transformation is complete. The barn has been totally renovated with a pile of fun activities for kids.
Where would you get a beach indoors in Wicklow only here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you have changed rooms and everything.
At the back. And they're lovely and bright and airy and the sand and everything. It's a real summer feel to it. Very good. And tell me now, how did you do on budget?
We worked out very well on budget.
Right.
We have we've come in around 8,000 or 9,000 now for all this here. We did a lot of work ourselves, so
That's
it's worked out
fantastic,
well.
isn't it? And you have the ping pong, which is great.
We have.
Chess and everything. But this is what the thing the kids will love this.
Yeah.
Because They love movement and that type of thing. And I see you have different age groups too, which is good.
Oh, we have,
You know what I mean?
and different makes of tractors.
Yeah, very good. Oh, yeah, very important for youngsters and firms. Yeah, very good. Now, I want to ask you about cost of visiting here now.
Yeah.
What was your charging?
We're charging €5 per child for entry fee, and the adults are free.
Right. And did you think of a family ticket at all?
Down the line we'll work on that, and a yearly subscription for local people.
Yeah,
that'll work that way as well.
Yeah. But a family ticket now is quite an attraction, just to tell you. Because if you have 3 or 4 kids, sometimes you have to do something like that, you know what I mean? But it looks great. I think it's marvellous.
The New Look farm is ready for business. And despite the lack of sunshine, the locals have turned out in force. Today's an important chance for Philip and Rebecca to show the whole community what they're capable of and attract the people who will be visiting the farm for years to come. There's a great buzz around the place. The cafe is packed with happy customers. And the revamped shop is a big hit. But it's the barn that's got everyone really excited. There might not be sun or sea, but there's tons of sand. And the indoor beach is the star attraction of the day. Everything and everybody is getting a makeover. The go-karts are a great hit too, and they're under expert supervision.
Well, now, such a fantastic turnout. Are you thrilled?
Oh, we're delighted, Francis. But look at the crowd here today. It's absolutely brilliant.
Mayhem, actually, is what it is. But as long as it's making money and mayhem, it's marvellous.
Absolutely, no, it's worked out well.
Yeah, it is.
Look at the sandpit up there.
I know.
Full of this.
I know. I tell you, the mothers and fathers of Wicklow will be giving out about you tonight.
There's sand everywhere.
Sand in the bed tonight.
But anyway, it's great. It's a great success and a great turnout, and I'm delighted.
Great. Thank you, Francis. And again, Rebecca. And again, we go.
Oh, very close. Wasn't it very close? Here we go. Oh my God, mother of mercy, did you see that? I don't think I'll be any good at it. Oh no.
We had an absolutely super day. The kids are just having a wonderful time. This unutilised barn is now just transformed. It's fantastic.
A great day today, just loads of fun. 2 little kiddies, 1 and 3, and there was loads to do. And I suppose seeing the little animals always is brilliant. They love that, and the face painting for the 3-year-old. You know, something for all of the ages is great. To be able to buy a few bits and pieces, have a cup of coffee for the mums and dads is great as well. So yeah, no, all around, great day. Yeah.
I think it's a fabulous facility. We had a lovely afternoon. We didn't know what to expect, but it was wonderful.
I was apprehensive this morning, I must say. We didn't know who to expect or what to expect, and then suddenly the cars started arriving, and that was it. We were treading in water before this, and I think we can make an income now, and we're quite happy to go ahead with what we're doing. I think the Brennans have made better business people out of us. It's all about the bottom line, and that's what the Brennans have taught us, and we're delighted actually they came to us, and they were such nice people to work with as well. So thank you.
Everything's going with a swing.
Yes, played this thing.
And Francis is having a ball.
We had a fantastic day today. I really enjoyed it. And there was a great buzz. And you know, there's a real business here, which wasn't here before. And in leaving them, I'm really confident that the future looks bright.